Yo, what's up guys, but I'm Fire here back with a video, and today we're going to be bringing you guys another defensive scheme in Madden 22. Sorry for a little bit of a break. I've been super busy and kind of feel sick, but we're going to be back with another defensive video. Going to be showing a new blitz that not many of you probably have seen or run, and it's going to be pretty helpful. Now we're going to be in the Tampa Bay defensive playbook running this 2-4-5 odd formation. Obviously, personnel-wise, you can go whoever you want and get safeties at linebacker. We have one safety, and then we have our boy Fred Warner there, who we're definitely going to want in our lineup. The last thing I asked is just get someone kind of quick here. We have Dre Greenlaw. He's probably the fastest guy, I think, out of all these dudes, so we're just going to leave him there. But you can definitely get someone faster depending on what game mode you're using, more than likely. Now, the actual blitz play that we're going to go ahead and be running, where is it? It is going to be Sam Mike 3 press, which... go figure, my camera's covering, but we'll move up, and there you see it's going to be right below me. Sam Mike 3 press, really good blitz, kind of similar look to Edge Blitz 3, I want to say, out of the Big Dime 236 Will. Let's actually just take a look at it. Big Dime 236 Will and Edge Blitz 3 is there on the right. You can see kind of a similar look. The blitz is going to be a lot different, but it is a similar look. Now, of course, I do urge you guys to check out that Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensive ebook that I did post. That's going to be very helpful in creating the rest of your scheme around this blitz, because you don't want to just sit in this blitz. When I say you're going to run it every couple plays, that's where you check out that other video. You can kind of see which other ones you'll be running. So we're going to show it against trip side end, which is one of the better blocking formations. Pretty good heavy meta formation that you will see a lot. So we're going to come out in that, and yeah, let's jump straight into it. All right, so hopping out in the blitz, it's a really simple setup. We'll go over some of the zone drop things, talk about backside adjustments a little bit later, but all you're really going to do is baseline your defense, and all I'm going to do is, other than that, is just shade over the top. Baseline shade over the top. Now, who are you going to use her? Taking a look at what we have. Who are you probably going to use her here? You're probably going to use her the guy in the yellow zone, which is going to be Wilson here. Now, I don't like to leave him here. If you leave him in his blitzing as his normal assignment, there's kind of a 50-50 shot you get pressure. So we'll just snap it normally here. And you see we do end up almost getting pressure there. Shaq Mason, who is a really good offensive lineman, is able to move from the guard spot to actually take that outside angle and pick up the tackle, which a lot of players aren't able to do. You notice the blitz really should work, but Shaq Mason makes a really nice play kicking all the way outside. So it is a little bit unfortunate, but you notice there is a better way to get this blitz to work than this. We're going to baseline again. You can also baseline press if you want. Again, the baselining and pressing really doesn't have too much of an effect on the blitz. It's just something that I would normally have for pinch 2 and all the other blitzes. And of course, we want them to have the same look so that your opponent's not going to know what he's facing. Here, it kind of looks like a cover 2 shell. So we showed it kind of just standing here normally. What I like to do with my users is hover over this defensive tackle. This is going to be your best way to get pressure. We're going to go ahead and snap the ball, kind of hover over here, and there you see you get really quick pressure, and it's just super easy. You don't have to sit there for 20 minutes hovering. You can move very quickly and should still get the same result. Again, just take a look at what we have here. Very easy pressure, and again, I like the way that Fred Warner is able to kind of move outside. Really, his job is occupying that right tackle, Trent Brown on that right side. And then again, you see our defensive end. I'm not sure who is in this case. I think it's Eric Armstead on that right end spot. You notice how he's able to like kind of get that blitzing angle where he goes inside. Now, not only does Dre Greenlaw run free here, we also get 2 disengages, which is definitely something that can happen when you're running this blitz. And you see we get both Fred Warner and Eric Armstead free. So we rushed 5 people. We got 3 people free. Let's turn my fingers so you can see. 3 people free against a simple 5-man protection. What more can you really ask for when you're running it? Now, again, also the hovering, what it does is it also forces disengages. You see this throughout a lot of blitzes, and it definitely does that. Now, talking through some of the backside stuff, what am I most likely to do? Probably what I'm going to do is set my curl flats to a kind of conservative but not too aggressive zone drop depth. 10 yards. If you notice him snap throwing, you could go 5 yards, which is going to be a little bit more aggressive. I think 10 yards is a good number, but again, that can also depend on the opponent, and it depends on the personal preference. You might like something a little bit more and maybe you have knockout zones that can cover a little bit more ground. You can go maybe a little bit deeper, 10 yards than 5 yards or something like that. So it depends on a couple of things, as you might guess, but yeah, man, kind of the same principles. I'm probably setting my curl flats to like around 10 yards. Now with your user, you're watching things quick over the middle of the field, watching quick tight end streaks, seam routes. And again, we're just going to kind of hover over here. We get that pressure. And again, sometimes the pressure will not come from Dre Greenlaw every single time. You will see different results, and that is bound to happen. So it's fine that Fred Warner gets the pressure. Now, when someone other than Dre Greenlaw does get the pressure, keep in mind that it is going to take a little bit more time. And this maybe had to do with the fact that I kind of didn't hover the longest, but you see we still end up getting one of these guys free. And this time it's Fred Warner, which is a very similar amount. Obviously, Dre Greenlaw is going to get there like probably right about here. So it definitely can have an effect, but you're still in his face. You're still probably forcing an inaccurate pass unless he has Fearless. And again, a lot of these routes still are kind of underdeveloped, so you shouldn't see a whole lot open, I would say, here. Now, as far as some of the other adjustments that you might want to go to, you can get a little bit more creative. You can definitely create a cover 3 cloud look. You could put B on a little cloud flat here, put A in a deep half. And then again, who knows, maybe you go like B in a soft squat, you can go a little bit more aggressive. Maybe you man up the tight end here, or you can just man up the side of the field almost like this. And then again, kind of what your user's watching is that deep right side of the field as you would expect. But you can get a little bit aggressive, do some things like this, maybe you hard flat, especially if you know that he's sending 5 out, he's gonna go with his normal approach. You can just kind of gamble on getting pressure like this. Again, with your user, you're gonna kind of stand here, ball snapped, hover over here, and it's not necessarily going to be the best blitz in the game. You won't get pressure every single time. It should be pretty reliable in getting consistent pressure, but again, nothing in this game works 100% of the time. So don't necessarily bank on it happening. Don't sell out like, okay, I'm giving up a touchdown if the pressure doesn't get here. You can go aggressive. You can go with like a man-up style, but I wouldn't necessarily sell out completely, if that makes any sense. So we're going to snap the ball again, and here you see we get Fred Warner looping around. Ideally, you want Dre Greenlaw to get free, I'll be honest with that, but you can get a couple of different results if Fred Warner is the one to get pressure, and that's why you can get a fast safety there, who will get there further. Again, the blocking assignments will play it differently every time, but here you see Fred Warner looping around, which is a similar look to what you would see out of Edge Blitz 3 if Fred Warner was to get pressure and the disengage wasn't, if you guys know what I'm talking about with that. So again, looping pressure. Again, with my user, I'm in manageable positions to make plays. Most people aren't running a route combo where there's 2 in routes, if that makes any sense. More realistic combinations, maybe something like this, and you can't really do much without Hot Route Master if you're running this scheme, but maybe and my R1 button, of course, is also broken, so I just can't hot route with my second controller, but I don't know, something like this could be a realistic look, and again, probably wheeling R1. But again, against trips, this is a good setup I like to go to. If you notice I'm going crosser heavy, which again, you don't see too much crosser heavy. A lot of times out of this, what you do see is slants going from left to right, and then that tight end post coming around the backside. So if you want, you can maybe man up one of these guys. I can man up B. That's going to move him in a little bit. And then with my user, I'll play like a curl flat assignment. So you can definitely do this, but you can just get creative. Now, I'll also show what it looks like if you contain. Contain does sometimes affect the blitz, so we'll go ahead and snap the ball. And this is with play action, so of course, if they block 6, generally the guy's going to get blocked. Now, he did come around free the way the blitz is normally supposed to be ran, but of course, after the play action was run, James White was able to do it. And of course, play action does help blocking this year, if you did not know that. Let's try with contain, and we'll just go with our 5-out setup again. Let's go with a little something like this. But again, we're going back to our 5-out setup, and if you want, you can again man up one of these guys. We can put ourselves in like a little curl flat. So we go ahead with the contain, kind of snap the ball, and contain just pretty much makes him run slower. Now, this will kind of guarantee that Dre Greenlaw is the one to get your pressure by containing, because it is, of course, going to kind of slow him up and really allow Trent Brown and Shaq Mason to completely develop who they're blocking. But again, when you contain, it's a lot slower, so I wouldn't recommend containing unless, okay, we want to get pressure and we know we can kind of lock him up in a quick sense. So it is a little bit of a gamble. If we're going with slower pressure, probably my best bet is to go with this setup, something like this, and then maybe we put Y in a little vert hook or something. we want to get quick pressure. This is probably something you could do. You can put Y in a little bluff blitz as well if you want to, but you're going to kind of hover around here. Quick pressure, and you see nothing really open that fast. So even if you don't have a flat zone on the left side, it should be fine, especially when you expect a setup like this happening a lot out of trips tight end. Again, kind of pretend here A is on a my stupid RB icon is broken. I literally cannot press it, which is so annoying. But kind of pretend it will max protect. Try to pretend that A is on a little post route. This would be a setup that you would see out of trips tight end. So let's simulate what we would do against this. So probably what I'm going to do here is I'm going to maybe man up Y on B, something like that. And then what we're going to do is maybe go like cloud flat, deep half, and then we're probably just going to follow A with our user and kind of work around in the flats and with A. Or what we can do is just kind of force him to make a read, go with Y on a hard flat or man up the flat, and then we're just going to kind of work over on B and then go back to A. So we'll just kind of snap the ball, work over on B, and then A would be coming back around. It would be a lot quicker than it was there, or it would be a lot different because the post route. And again, the hash of the field doesn't affect the blitz either, which is super nice. But yeah, man, just overall really good blitz. As far as bluff blitzing out of this, you can create a decent cover through look, and this is where we could probably go with like a hard flat. I would play the curl flat assignment, and then we could throw Y here in a little just mid read or hook curl, something like that, and probably create a pretty good defense. You can go like cloud flat over here, or you could go back to the deep half, cover 3 cloud look. So you could definitely get creative. And then, I don't know, maybe you man up the running back, something like this. You could definitely just create a really good defense like this, and it should just bag literally everything he wants to do. You see everything defended well. And you should still get decent pressure out of a 3-man rush. You can also blitz your user, which kind of simulates it to be a 4-man rush. But yeah, man, it's a good video. If you guys enjoyed, drop a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel down below for more content. Let me know what you want to see. It is later in the year. If you want to see a lot of more gameplays, I can definitely bring that to you. But again, just anything, let me know what you want to see. Make sure you follow me on all my links down below in the description. And peace. I'm out of here.